Proficiency-based progress is just this idea of being really clear with learners about what it is we're asking them to learn. What's the competence you're working toward, or what's the standard you're working toward, and why that might be important.
In the regular high school, the Legacy High School, there's a very big focus on getting a good grade in a class. You go to the class, you do the time, you learn the given material, and then you pass the test or write the paper. With the idea of competency-based learning and individual courses instead of sitting in a seat time in a class, you end up with something very different. And the way it works is that we have courses on the website which have different targets or different things we can do to get the credit for the course.
Each course that students are working towards have a set of proficiencies in that course, and those proficiencies may require evidence to show learning, or they may be a single product. So then that does translate into a grade, and then those grades congregate into a course grade.
We have less tests and assessments because that's stressful, and studies show that people tend to do worse on assessments because of all the pressure, they get in their own head. And so we do a lot of projects and essays and demonstrations and fun presentations.
So it allows for a lot more collaboration between students and teachers. It allows for more interdisciplinary, bringing in arts and things like that.
We do a lot of formative things here in Quest, so we know whether or not we're ready to move ahead, and there's a lot of just quick checks. They're not assessments, but a teacher will give us a paper and we'll fill it out, and then depending on how well we do, this group who did really well will move ahead and be able to take the test, and the group who didn't do so well will stay back and they'll get a study guide and more help and more information on the topic so they can feel confident in being ready to move ahead.
You talk about the proficiencies. What you're really getting a chance to do is have a student recognize and self-assess how their path is going. So here I am. Here's about how I'm going to go about my business, and here's how I'm going to mark my progress.
Probably one of my favorite ways of showing what we've learned during a project is we'll have our gallery walks where each project has a specific space around the school where kids and parents and stuff will walk around, and we kind of get to display what we did during the time of that project.
Ultimately, the value of proficiency-based progress is that students move forward when ready. So it isn't a matter of you've been working on that for 2 weeks, we're just moving on. This is really about focusing on the learning and ensuring that the learning progress is measured, is real, is deep.
So they're showing that they are proficient, and maybe they have a little bit of work to do on something, so we don't give them the proficiency, or they don't earn the proficiency unless they have really shown that they understand.
So competency-based, essentially for me, it gives me the opportunity to achieve the best that I can.